Sagittarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-December 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the water and see energetic waters, see what's going in for the lovely Saggies here. In mid-December, yeah, let's shuffle it up one time, my gods. Talk to me about the Saggies. It is their season still at the time of this filming. So what's going on, please? We're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on. So it's always interesting. Let's get it going here for Saggy, please. While we do, I would just like to wish you all a very happy birthday, whether it's just passed, whether you're right towards the end of Saggy season. I hope it was a great one for you. So we do have this card that is very heavy on the mind, very heavy with the thoughts. I've been seeing that with a lot of the fire signs, like heavy thought-based action. Now, before we start ripping that apart, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But into the reading, enough of the promo. Have a little look here at this card. So this is one of my favorite cards. I love the imagery of it. You see these two little ballerinas, they are one and the same. So you see this one, they're resting, taking a nap, snoozing away. And right here, they're thinking about this. So it could be a future focus. A lot of you could be thinking about the future, what's to come, what's coming down the pipeline. Or your mind could just be going in various different ways and directions for whatever reason. Now, that could be very good, but that could also be a cautionary tale. You know about overthinking, that's usually not the best. But if you're using this for creative pursuits and creative endeavors, this is a lovely type of energy. But a lot of you could be in future focus mode for sure when we have this card showing up. Or you might just be daydreaming. It's all good. It's human, right? We all do it. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, as I always say, that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. And I'm going to get you 3 tarot cards and up right before we get that intuitive, juicy stuff. Let's shuffle it up one time for Saggy here. See what we got. Still using the tarot in Wonderland. Having a great time with this. What's up with Saggy? So, last week's reading was pretty powerful, the energy I was feeling. It was titled Big Karmic Warning. And the reason it was titled that is there were like most of the heavy-hitting karmic cards out there. So whether it's karmic cycles, karmic lessons, somebody catching a dose of karma for whatever reason, those were the themes and archetypes we were seeing last week. But as you know, it always changes from week to week. It's all very personal. Only take this how it hits for you. Let's get 3 out here for Saggy. Let's see what we got from my friends. We could be seeing your energy or someone you're connected to. Always remember that. So we do have the Knight of Cups in position number 1. This could be representative of emotions, romance. A lot of you could have important ones on the mind. Obviously, not every single one of you. Let's get 2 more out. What do we got for Saggy? Usually that's a good card, right? I do like that card. So we do have more watery energy. This could be a huge card of mystery with the moon. Let's get one more before we really talk about that. That could be that dreamy, thought-based energy as well. What do we got? Yeah, there's the future focus with the 2 of Wands. Like where to go to from here type of energy. Could be plans, could be strategies. Let's go through and I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get that juicy, intuitive stuff. So if you look here in the box, position number 1, we have the Knight of Cups. Now, this could be representative of an important water sign in your life, one that you might be connected to. This is one of the bigger romance cards. So when we think of love, we think of romance, we think of the Knight of Cups. This can be an individual that is a very smooth talker, poetic, Prince Charming type of energy, of course. It could be emotional communications, emotional offerings as well. So we really, really want to see what's up with this when we clarify it, to see as to whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. And I always like to say it could represent somebody's emotional state as well, if that's not a person. Now, pressing through the reading, we do have the moon taking up the center. And I always say that is my biggest card of mystery. Now, this is the card that represents Pisces. Some people even link it to the Cancerian collective. And when I see the moon, of course, I think about this etheric, mental, thought-based, dreamy energy that could be a little part of this. But this is the unexpected to me. It's the unseen. It's something that might be in the shadows, the surprising, the unexpected, things that we didn't see coming. So I really want to clarify this to see if this is a warning or something otherwise, okay? It could be something that just pops up out of the blue when we catch the moon here, if it's, once again, not representative of a person. So that could be a cornerstone of this reading, depending on what shows up. Now, moving to the back end, we have the Two of Wands. A lot of you could feel like you're at a crossroads in life. All twos in tarot represent decisions, choices, feeling like you got to go left, go right, or you could literally just be looking off into the future, like I said with this card. So we're getting that little tie-in to this first card with multiple of these. When I see the Two of Wands, yes, I can think about distance and travel, things of that sort as well. But this is one of my bigger cards of strategy and planning. So some of you might be trying to set a plan into motion. Maybe there's someone you're connected to that is planning something meticulously behind the scenes for whatever reason. So once again, another important card for us to clarify. Now, before we get into all that, I just want to point out that so far the elemental mixture is heavily leaning towards water, right? With the Knight of Cups, with the Moon card. So just know that in this time, your emotions could be running extra heavy here. You could be feeling things on a deeper level. Okay, and it does make sense, that being your time of the year and such, like in Sagittarius season, you might just be feeling extra sentimental or feeling things in a very intense way. But with all that being said, let's dive deeper. We're going to jump in and clarify. Pardon me. But let's shuffle it up one time here for Saggy, please, my guides. What's going on, my Saggies? And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation. I'm just giving you mine. Let's see what's up with that Knight of Cups. And if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. So yeah, if you have a message that you want to give to Saggy, you drop it right down in the comments. I don't mind whatsoever. All right, Knight of Cups. Why is it here? Why is the Knight of Cups here? The deck is being specific now. You know I always like that. Okay, yeah, Three of Wands in reverse, and I'm catching that sudden shift or sudden emotional change, like where it's someone's emotions could be extra volatile in this time. Now, for a portion of you, this could be someone you're romantically linked with making a move, of course. So whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, this could be someone you're connected to that's like, no, I can't just sit here. I got to do something about it. So this could be someone taking some sort of action in the realm of romance. But with the Knight of Cups, the Three of Wands in reverse, this is somebody like not waiting around as well. And it's giving me that sudden emotional shift. So once again, the emotional volatility, a lot of you could be changing emotions, feeling one way one second, another way the next. Like there's a lot of emotional volatility here. So just know, like, we could have a warning overall about emotions in general. Could even be someone you're dealing with, very hot and cold here. Happy, angry, sad, you get the point. So let me just show it to you, just so you could see. It's interesting how this imagery looks. So this is a little warning about one's emotional state, or this could be someone you're connected to making a move. Okay, we're not going to overcomplicate this. Just going to put it here. This is a card of manifestation as well, the Three of Wands. Let's go in on that moon, because I really want to get to that and the Two of Wands, see how it all plays out. So why is the moon here? I've been waiting to get to these last two cards. So why is the moon here, please? Definitely a different vibe from the last couple of weeks, I'll tell you that much. Thank you. Okay. Empress in reverse. Okay. I'm getting the energy of like some sort of loss here. So for some of you, it could be issues with an earth sign, of course, with the Empress in reverse underneath this moon card. But usually she's a big card of abundance and stability. And so, yeah, it could be that volatility, right? The emotional volatility that we've been seeing since the beginning. This could be two people that are both emotionally very volatile here with these first two alignments. But it is kind of giving me that energy of like an unexpected loss or a surprising loss of some sort. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be you. It could be someone else. They didn't think it was going to go down one way and it actually did. Just do with it what you will. But the emotional volatility is still here. So it could be two people in a very similar state. It could be two people mirroring each other in some sort of way. or just a loss that came out of the blue. That's just the vibe I'm picking up here. For some of you, yeah, it could just be a mother figure or a Taurus that's acting funky out of nowhere. Let's see what the Two of Wands is about. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to over talk that. We're going to see what that Two of Wands is doing. So why is that Two of Wands here? Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. Why is that Two of Wands here? Yeah, the deck has been specific all reading for you. I feel like last week the cards were popping out super quick. Yeah, like, how am I going to do this? This could be like someone you're connected to where they're like, all right, how am I going to do this now? Or like, how can I proceed? What do I need to do? The Strength card in the upright underneath the Two of Wands. I don't feel like this is a person who's lacking in strength whatsoever, but I'm catching a little confusion on the back end, even though this would necessarily be positive, like somebody being strong enough to take a stand or make a decision, absolutely. But it's like, all right, now what? Now what? That's like the vibe I'm picking up here. So do with that what you will. Like I'm saying, it doesn't necessarily have to be you. But this is someone who is in that mode. Like, okay, back to the drawing board. Like, all right, hitting that reset button. Like, that's the vibe I'm picking up. So let's go through and do a quick recap here. Because, like, we're picking up a lot of different energies here, Saggy. As always, only take it if it hits. I know these readings are all very personal. But if you kindly look in the box, initially I was picking up two possible energies mirroring each other. But in position number one, I have the Knight of Cups with the Three of Wands in reverse. And this did say, yeah, maybe someone you're connected to deeply emotionally feels like they need to do something. Like, all right, I can't just sit here. I got to do something. I have to make something happen. Or this could be the very hot and cold emotional volatility. And I was picking that up in both of these first two. So just know it could be two people in that same mode, or there's just a lot of ups and downs happening right now. That's just the vibe here. Now, in the center, we have the moon with the Empress showing up in reverse. And if you're not having issues with a mother figure or an earth sign like Taurus, when I catch this vibe, it does feel like a possible unexpected loss of some sort. So just beware of that. A couple of those could pop up in the coming days and weeks. I'm not wishing that on anyone. Or it's someone you're connected to that has experienced it, like they didn't see it coming. But yeah, there's just the emotional volatility straight up here, so just know that is a big warning. On the back end, we have the Two of Wands with the Strength card in the upright. Yeah, this is somebody who's strong, but I'm getting the vibe of, all right, now what? Okay, what to do now? Like, back to the drawing board. So please, you could screenshot that and look into it more if you want. I'm going to get you one shadow card here. Could be someone making the hard choices, the hard decisions, sure. But let's shuffle it up one time, see what's up for Saggy. I've been getting a funky little energy throughout all the fire signs this week, I'll say that. But let's get you one shadow. What's in the shadows for Saggy? Still using the Shadowland Tarot for this portion. I always have fun with this. Okay, so we have the Seven of Cups. So we're linking back to what we saw in the very beginning of the spread, because this is one of my other cards of daydreaming. So the fact that we let off with it and now we're getting a very similar energy show up in the shadows. In this time, your mind could be your own worst enemy. Okay, for some of you, it might feel like options are limited for whatever reason as well. So just know, like, that could be a thought process. Like, all right, well, like I was saying, what to do now? What do I do now? That's kind of a vibe I'm picking up here with the Seven of Cups in the shadows, because usually this is a card of paths, choices. There could be a lot of indecisiveness around this time as well. So I would just say with any big things you might be going through, just take your time, digest a little bit. But the Seven of Cups is that overthinking. Yes, thinking about things could be very smart and prudent, but your mind can be your own worst enemy, especially with it showing up and all this water in the spread this week. The overthinking, the active mind, it doesn't just have to be you. It could be like a lot of people around you in that headspace and could be making things more choppy. So, Saggy, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet. I'm going to give the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the November subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after the fire air readings this week. But for December, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot in Wonderland. This is the deck I used in this week's reading. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments which tarot card makes you happiest when you see it. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of December, I will put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.